哇，其實冇
大家下午好，欢迎来到用心讲堂。现在是三八妇女节，女人其实很强大的第二个单元，我们邀请到我们的救援天使 Our Disaster Relief Angel Miss Christy， 今天她会跟我们分享她在救援工作这一份非常勇敢、不容易的工作所经历的一些经验。那在 Christy sharing 她的 story 之前，我要介绍我的好朋友，今天特地来和我一起主持这个非常有意义节目的一个非常独立自主的典型女性 ，Miss Yvonne。Yvonne Christy，how are you？
嗨
你好，听到吗？嗨，是 Yvonne 呢，是我的好朋友，她常年都在外国打拼事业，她本身是一个 business consultant。对于她，我非常的尊敬，因为她到每一个国家，她都很容易融入那个国家的生活和民族的风俗。最近这几年呢，她一个人在毛里求斯做她的这个企业规划的工作，在那边是华人非常稀少的国家，但是她从来没有面对过一些就是文化的障碍方面的问题，所以今天让她来帮忙我一起主持这个节目，再配上这个救援天使也是成天在外国飞来飞去的，两个女人在一起，我相信必定能够擦出非常非常大的火花。It will be really a trigger point that two lady was used to working in overseas, fly here, fly there, and then easily adapt to all the cultures in different country with different races, So I really admire these two ladies. So I think maybe Yvonne, you have some parting words to encourage women during this Women Day before Chrissy started to sharing her story.
Yes. 首先我要谢谢 Melissa， 让我有这个机会来分享我一点小小的一个正能量。Of course， 我本身也是在外国，说长不长，说短不短，3年半在可以说是漂洋过海吧，对吗？到一个小岛上工作，其实是 it's a very very interesting challenge and before I take up this opportunity, I still remember that I was uncertain whether I should take out the challenge or not, whether I want to go or not. And then 很多朋友都问我，你可以吗？这个年纪了，你还要去冲啊？还可以吗？我还记得 Melissa 你也问过我，你这么大胆啊，你要走过去啊？
对，是的，
真的，那个时候其实也挺uncertain and also undecisive whether to take up the offer. But I still remember very clearly, I asked my family, especially my brother, sister, and importantly, especially from my children, my 2 girls, and they just tell me, Mom, follow your dream, 追求你的梦想吧. And then from that word, I realized that it's true. I have forgotten that I have a dream. And because 我们女人女人就是这样嘛，我们年轻的时候我们很多梦想，当我们结婚了，我们有事业了，孩子了，我们都在烦这些东西，我们忘了我们自己其实有个梦想。所以那个时候真的是提醒我了，无论你在什么年纪什么时候，当机会来的时候不要放弃，追求你自己的梦想。I always believe one word, we only live life in this life only once in this life, so just go for it. If you have a dream, just go for it. When the opportunity is here, just take it. Yeah. So 这个是我想要跟大家分享的。除了这一点，当然今天I'm so excited because when Melissa told me that who is the angel that we're going to interview, and I just Google and try to find out, and the picture pop up from Christy is really, I smile. I look at her picture, I smile because all her picture is so 阳光, so bright, so cheerful, so it really gives you a positive energy. Yeah, Christy, I just fall in love with you and by looking at your picture, and I'm so excited that I really want to know this younger 这么小的年纪就到处跑，而且 it's not a holiday, it's not earning money, it's not working for something, but it's just helping others. This is something that I think me and Melissa probably we have missed out the opportunity
Yes.
when we were young. So
Yes,
and
yes.
I really can't wait to know Christy more. And so Christy, let share your work. I know that since 2007 you have started your journey, and you never stop helping and involving in this type of activity. And share with us that how you step into this when you were young.
Hi.
Would you like to
First
share with
of
us?
all, yeah. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Yvonne, for having me on this program. um, where do I start? Actually, I live by the same belief as you, Yvonne, except that mine is slightly different. I believe that we only die once. So,
You only die once. I only live. We only live life
Guys, I
once,
only live
once
once.
in a lifetime.
yeah. So, with that idea in mind, or with that belief in mind, I try to do as much as I can with my life, with my time, with my energy. Although there are certain periods in time where I have had to take a step back, but I guess we'll get to that. But yeah, so a little bit about me. I have probably lived a lot of life up till now.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of things. Yeah, believe that.
I
Because
think
I see your profile. Yeah, Christy, I see your profile. You have been in many, many countries, but all the country you went is not for tour, it's not for travel. But every country you went, you do something very meaningful. Like you teaching all those with teams English, and then you become a photographer. You take the photograph to do something to post in the Facebook, and also you are helping and involving a lot of all those humanity works, and what makes you as a so young age during, I think you're 20 something that times, what makes you to involve such a great project?
um I guess from young I've always felt like there was a great unbalance or imbalance in this world. When I was a kid, I would look at the news and see war, children suffering and all, and I just could
Suffering.
I just never could
Understand that
accept.
why certain people.
Yeah, like I understand psychologically why people do it, but I don't accept that these things should happen. And so I guess it also took me a while because I only started really going into to doing humanitarian work in 2006 2007. And from then on, like I just knew deep down that my life was meant to be of service to people, if that makes sense. And like I just have this thing that I want to make the world a better, or leave the world a better place than when I arrived. So back in 2006, I got together with a bunch of friends, and then we looked for an orphanage that is not well known, and we decided, okay, let's just go teach them percussions. Like it's just an extra thing that we do because I believe that music brings people together.
Happy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
yes.
so my friends and I we found a Getian shelter. They are located in PJ, and so like I think it was every 2 weeks during the weekends we would go there and teach them percussions, and then at the end of it in 2008 we had a fundraiser that was held in the Curve, and we managed to raise 52,000, and we were all students when we were organizing this. The kids performed, and you could see that by performing, it gave them confidence, and they were, very like different kids from when we started. And so from there, I realized, okay, this is something that I want to do, but I didn't know what I wanted to do, because there are so many issues. Like even now, when you look at the world, there's just so many things that needs to be done.
Yes.
And I am one person. So I obviously went through a period of questioning myself and life, and like, why am I just one person? How much can I do? But so like from there, from working with the Veteran Shelter, I had the opportunity to go to Cambodia. So I traveled around Cambodia with a group of people, visited all the different orphanages all around, and then we had ended the trip with a children's camp with 200 over kids, and that was a really cool experience. And that pretty much, I think, solidified the fact that, okay, whatever that I want to do in life, it has to have an element of giving back.
Yes.
And that is like what you mentioned. Every time I travel, I feel like I have to do like something. Like I have traveled just purely for work that is not related to humanitarian work, or I've traveled just for tourism purposes, but it always doesn't really feel right.
You don't feel the value kind of things.
And it's a personal thing. I'm not saying this works or this applies to everybody, but personally, that is just something that
something
so it's just
missing.
something that I feel. And then in 2010, I actually had the opportunity to move to South Africa to work. So I was there for a few months. I got to go around. I got to visit Alexandria, which was like a poor section in Joburg, in Johannesburg area. And the people there were just amazing, and I found just being amongst people who don't have a voice, who are struggling hard to survive. These are people that I want to dedicate my life to. So when I came back from South Africa, and a friend of mine said they are looking for teachers in Laos, I immediately said yes, and within the month I moved to Laos, and I was there for 8 months. So I was living on a farm in Laos. I was teaching English. I was learning farming, and we were doing some farming work, and it was a really nice time. Got to travel around as well, and
how long you were there?
About
how
8
long
months.
you were? 8 months, yeah.
So we got to, at least I got to experience building wells, water filtration systems. So that opened up my world even more, like farming, agriculture, teaching. And then I realized through that experience that 8 months is not enough to do any substantial difference. So then it opened my mind to just what sustainable solutions are, or sustainable change is in this world. So I went, I was thinking more, and I was wondering what I could do, and I was very open to just looking at what are the things that I could do with my skills and my time. So then the next step after the 8 months in Laos, I thought, okay, let's figure out my photography side and see if I can tell stories and make a difference in this world. And so I went to Bangkok for 3.5 months. I was there trying to photograph people in the concrete slums. After that,
no wonder,
I came
no
back
wonder
to,
you told me you want to. No wonder you told me you want to be my photographer for all my programs. See?
I can, if I can help, I would gladly help, and this is a really good program. So, yeah, it's something that I
Okay,
would gladly do.
continue. Yeah, continue. So in the, I think you're taking photograph in the Bangkok and also Myanmar and
Yeah,
as
I
well,
went to
right?
Myanmar. Yeah, I went to Myanmar to visit the internally displaced persons camps in Kachin, because it was, and I believe it's still a conflict zone right now.
Yeah.
So went there to see if there's anything that we can do to just document the lives of the families who are there. And then with that group, they're actually called Release Singapore right now. Oh, sorry.
Hello.
Hello.
Our special guest.
Special guest. Yeah. So yeah, in 2013 it was that, and also going around Sarawak with my friends from Safe Water Asia, and where we were building water filtration systems for Iban houses and like the Penan people at the Bakun Dam. Yeah.
Is this support by the government, or is just basically on your own?
This is my friend's project, and he brought me on as like, because he knew that this is something that I like to do, and he was just like, okay, why don't you just come along? So yeah, that was quite an experience, and I would say being in Myanmar was also a very interesting experience, simply because going to such a place and having your every move noted by the police is a very interesting experience.
They mean they're restricted. Is it very difficult? Are they supporting you guys? I mean, from people from overseas to work there to help them? Do they restrict you all to do something?
Yeah, they were restricting international media and also international help. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, after a few months after I visited, they there was a issue, and then they actually forced all the international aid organizations to leave the country.
Oh,
right?
Okay. But the time you already left the country.
Yeah.
Were you still? Okay.
Yeah.
Right, Melissa, your side okay? Seems like Melissa.
I can hear you clearly. Yes. Yeah, because never mind, you just carry on in case, because my area here, the line always will cut off.
I'm sure, Christy, I mean, when you started this, just now you were sharing that because of the children and all those things, you've seen the unfairness in life and all those things, you want to help. But is there any particular person that actually inspire you, that you, from young or even throughout your journey, that made you feel like, you really want to put all your energy and effort into this kind of job, this kind of work, the service?
Particular person, probably the biggest influence would be Nelson Mandela, because we share the same birthday.
Oh, really? Same birthday?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
So every
No,
Nelson Mandela,
Mandela.
He used to.
Oh.
Yeah, and I suppose I was always drawn to figures who stood up for something like Martin Luther King Jr. and like just having the courage to stand for what they believe in and to fight for what is right. And these are the people that I naturally, I suppose, I gravitate to. Yeah, and then it just every time I remind myself, like, okay, these people took life by the reins and went out and did and fought for what they believe to be right, and to exact change in this world. And I suppose if they can do it, then I can
Why
do it
not?
too, or I can try.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
So I
so
think,
when
Chrissy, I understand that. Okay, carry on. I understand that you was the joining the rescue team in the Nepal earthquake, and I think it's around 2015, which is a horrific earthquake, the most serious earthquake in Nepal. So can you share some experience during the rescues period that you stayed there, how long, and what you have faced,
Yeah, Nepal's earthquake was not the first natural disaster that I responded to. I responded first to Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines, and that was very devastating as well. It was like nothing that I've ever witnessed in life. The destruction when we got to Tacloban, everything was destroyed. Everything.
We
All
saw.
the including all the trees. Everything was just uprooted. All the buildings were destroyed. And by the time we got there, things were very desperate because food aid was scarce at that point. So the locals were in survival mode, and because there's no electricity, phone lines connections were down for the most part. And so actually when we arrived, because we had to fly into Cebu, and then from Cebu take a ferry over to Leyte Island. Yeah, because the airport was destroyed in Tacloban. So by the time we got to Tacloban, it was nighttime, and to get a bit of light, they were burning piles of bonfire just to light up the city. And it was it was like a scene from, I don't know, the end of the world, or
really.
Yeah.
You got a shock? How did you face
it? Was surprising. It was surprising, but it wasn't. I suppose it wasn't too big of a shock, especially after seeing the situation in Myanmar. So I suppose what was shocking was basically the utter devastation of how of what can happen with a natural disaster. Much like, I suppose, the pandemic, it doesn't choose. So it doesn't matter whether or not you're rich or you are
poor.
You've got a status. Everything is just going to be destroyed.
Yes.
True.
So it was one of those. And to see bodies around, I think that is not something that anybody really gets to live down.
I guess we all in Malaysia are still very lucky in the way that we don't hardly see this type of things.
We in Malaysia are very, very blessed. We don't really have huge natural disasters. We don't see utter devastation that wipes out the whole entire city. It's difficult, and what surprised me in that situation, being there, was because I also worked with or interacted a lot with the kids, and just the way that they talk about things. They're like, oh yeah, my friend drowned and died, and when you're listening to that, and you're just like, how are you so calm? How are you talking about it like, oh, I went to school last week? Yeah. So it was, you realize that actually children are very, very resilient. Obviously, there will be, or there could be adverse reactions to, later on in life. But at a very moment, children actually are able to accept these situations easier than adults.
Yes.
And yeah, that was Philippines. That was when you see a child being fished out of the ocean after being in the water for a while, it's not something you forget very easily. I would say. So in terms of disasters and the things that we saw, or at least the things that I saw, Nepal was different. Because with the Nepal earthquake, I went, after the Philippines typhoon, I came back. I did a lot of studies on my own on just how to be better at response, what sort of natural disasters they are, and just trying to educate myself to be able to respond better for the next disaster. And so by the time I went to Nepal, I was, I suppose, slightly more prepared, and because I was also helping to manage a bit of logistics and just managing the trip as well. Yeah, it was a slightly different experience, but underlying same thing. Children are still
suffering.
But they are the most resilient. Like the kids at some of the places that I went to, they would be the ones coming up to me and they would start to play with, like they want to play, they want to talk, they want to ask me a lot of questions. They are still very inquisitive as to what the world is like outside and all of that. And yeah, I think in that sense, it renews, or it renewed my faith in humanity, and it just made me
give
want
you
to do
hope.
more.
I think it give you hope also from the kids, right? From the children, because as long as they are still strong, I think they know that there is a hope for tomorrow. Yeah. That's
so good. I think you are getting stronger and stronger, right? Because many times you have spent for all those rescues experience to build yourself with more confidence and more strong in terms of all the programs or all the problems that you have faced. Can I say that?
Yeah, it did. It definitely did build mental and emotional strength. But I suppose at the same time, as a child, I was already a very, according to my mom, a very headstrong child. So with that, I think it was, I somehow had like a strong sense of values and a stronger, like
you believe things.
Yeah.
The belief, yes.
You believe, yeah. You can do better than now.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Every day is a new day to do better. Or at least that's what I believe. Yeah.
You're very energetic. It's very good. I think, it's very good, the sharing story that you are given today. I think you will really inspire a lot of people, and I think Yvonne also have to learn from you, getting stronger.
Yeah, I actually thought of doing those things when I was young, but never have the, like, you don't really go for it, and also maybe that's just no connection or whatsoever, and you suddenly begin with your life, with your career, your work, earning money and kids, family, and all those things. So you just, you just enjoy it. I really salute that. Salute you. You take this opportunity and you just go for it. It's not easy actually, because as we can see, you enter Miss Malaysia before. You take take part in this photo face-off. I remember you after I looked at it and said, yeah, I watched that. I watched that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. And yeah, I remember you representing Malaysia. And then, and I guess from there, a lot of people, a lot of young girls will start with their career, maybe into entertainment line or broadcasting or whatsoever, because they already connected with those industry. So for you, and you don't go for it, and you just do what you really think is more meaningful in your life, like by doing all this humanity work. And seriously, it's not every girls or every woman will do that. Yeah, you must be very, very strong. Only you can. Yeah.
Oh, very strong-headed.
Yeah. And by the
Very
way,
strong-headed.
I was mentioning it, you never thought of actually work into this in entertainment or other industry or in your career or something?
I did think about it, and I was, or I had the opportunity to be a travel host for a short while. But I'm generally I'm an introvert, I suppose. I prefer being behind the camera, and I prefer to do work without really talking about it, unless
Yourself.
yeah, I feel like there are a lot of things that us as human beings, when we do, we can just do it silently. But I also realized that, there needs to be a balance, because if we don't talk about our story and how we are doing things, then it's maybe people won't ever realize that they can actually do the same thing too, or that it is something that they can pursue, or the different opportunities. So yeah, so that's why I'm talking about it now.
Yes, I believe that, because sometimes you can use the channel to actually touch or share your story with others and motivate the others also to go into helping out people or do some charity work or all this. Yeah, it's a good thing. Yes,
Yeah.
Melissa, you're back again. You go off and on.
Yes. Off and on, it's okay as long as the sharings, is meaningful, is powerful, is benefits to everybody, whether my image appear or not. I think that one is not important. Okay.
It's important too.
Of course, we respect. Okay, we respect, for all those disaster relief angel. And today, before we want to ask Christine about what is your next mission, maybe we put it at the last, because now I want to give a surprise to Christine, because I had invited someone. Oh, he is actually his line also bad. He texts me. Never mind. So since he's not ready yet, because I saw him in the line, but there is no video. So before he come in, never mind. I think Chrissy, you can share with us what is your next mission and what is your planning, since now you have back to Malaysia. So you can share with us what is your next planning, and then let other people know that, definitely I think it will be something meaningful and something involving yourself and the society to helping people. So I think we all are glad to listen what is your next plan. Not Yvonne.
Yeah, especially during this challenges, I mean, very challenging period. So what is your mission, or you have any plan for your coming, will you still involved in this service, or you will pursue with your own career?
I think for now, I will put disaster response aside for a while. It's not that I don't want to do it, or that I don't. Yeah, it's not a passion of mine. But right before the pandemic, I decided to do my own project, and then the pandemic happened, and then a lot of things had to stop. but because I took about 8 months in 2019 just to find balance and realignment and just to figure out who I am and to heal from whatever trauma that I had. I've decided to use my story to help others. So moving forward, I am creating a platform much like this, but I am I want to speak to survivors of sexual violence, and even in a broader in broader terms, gender-based violence, because I am a survivor myself. And so I want to use this platform and to speak to survivors who have managed to overcome their trauma, and have done something positive with their life. It can be something as simple as being deciding to be a mother after such and such trauma, or it could be starting your own NGO to help talk about these issues. Yeah, so these are the people I want to talk to, and I want to share their stories, and I want to create a platform where all these stories are accessible in any format, so that survivors who are still suffering in silence are able to find these stories, listen to them, and realize that they are not alone, and that maybe they can find something in these stories that can help them in their journey of healing. Because I also understand that not everybody has the opportunity and to be so blessed as to be able to take 8 months of their lives to heal and realign and everything. And I'm truly blessed to be able to do that. I have to, put it out there that, it's something that I understand not many people can do. But yeah, so because I have managed to overcome mine, and at the same time, I have done and seen a lot of things in this world. I think now is the point where I want to go in fully to be able to help. Yeah.
I guess this action is also good because it's go in directly to the people that would really needed help. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, but when you're during your process of, Melissa, just take a little bit. I just want to know about Christine during the healing process that you were saying about 8 months. How is it? Anyone supporting you? Anyone got you through, or you are facing it by yourself? Or
I had a couple of friends. They weren't here, but they would listen to me when I was not the best version of myself, obviously.
Everyone go through up and down.
Yeah. And I, after, because my experience happened in 2011, and I didn't, after that it was like just non-stop. And so I didn't really have time to sit down, heal, realign, find a kind of balance and inner peace that I believe is something that we, want to achieve as humans. So a lot of it was done on my own. And I'm generally, I wouldn't say a recluse, but I prefer to live in my own mind, and then I would search a lot, and I would listen to talks or read a lot about it online or on books and stuff, and just generally see what is out there and what works for me. Because there's just so many things out there. There's so many types of meditation. There's so many types of school of thought that it requires a lot of self-analysis, I suppose, and self-awareness to know what works. And so I spend a good amount of time trying different things to see what works for me, and yeah, so a lot of that was done on my own. But with my cat.
Your cat. So who is taking care of your cat while you're overseas?
I have a friend who would pop in to check on her. So
Okay, okay. I guess the important thing is when we are in trouble or we are very in a stage of very confused, we need to share and talk. I guess a lot of people that they are struggling because they can't even share their problem with anyone. They can be trusted or whatsoever. So it's good that Christy, you thought of open up this platform and to actually give an opportunity or a hope for those people who really need help that can link into it. And I guess me and Melissa also will be willing to help anytime that you need us.
Yes.
And yeah, we are there definitely to support you.
Thank you.
In fact, this program brings us a lot of friends, I would say, because during the period of arranging all those angels who come in to join this program, some is my friends and some is my friends' friends introduced to me. Even Christy is also from one of my friends that introduced her to me. So in fact, this program has given us a very big opportunity and platform that we know each other, and all these people are having the same thinking of I cannot say doing charity only. There is many, they have the same vision, same missions, and same positive thinking all the time. So now I'm going to give you a surprise, Christy. I have invited a handsome guy, which is your very good partner during you are in Nepal doing the rescue work. I think you get know about him, and he is the one who introduced you to me. And today, although it's a Women's Day, inspiring story sharing, but I would like to invite Emmons because I think he's going to tell something about how great is woman in his life. So let's invite him to come in. Hope his line is okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Emmons.
Hi.
Hi, Christy. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Yvonne.
Hi, Emmons.
Hi. So happy to see
International
you here,
Women's Day.
Emmons.
Me too. I'm so
Happy International Women's Day.
Yeah, to all the great ladies here.
Emmons actually, thank you. Emmons is also a very, I would say, brave guy that I get to know about him. We are actually in sessions of learning all those meditations program. So there is a program that two persons have to talk to each other. One is listen, one is talking. So during my session, I was with him, two persons together. So while I talk, I haven't cried, he already cried. So he always tell me his eye is very light, So after while he tell me his story, I also keep crying because he's having a very touching story. He also went to a lot of places to do the disaster relief work. And the one who impressed me is he went to the Sichuan earthquake before, because the Sichuan earthquake is horrific earthquake as well. It's all whole Sichuan was affected in that time. So I'm happy to know he and actually the rescue team over today. He mentioned us about the rescue story, and today he's going to tell us how great is a woman who behind him to support him to do all those charity works and rescue works. Am I right, Emmons?
Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah. First of all.
Yeah, you can share your story.
Again, happy International Women's Day to all the great ladies here. Melissa, I've forgotten about the session where we spoke to each other. I've forgotten the session, the moment when I cried, because it feels good to be crying. It feels good to be releasing a bit,
Yes.
Especially when we are experiencing a lot of challenges in life. and it's always good to have a trusting ear to be listening, and for us to release what we have inside, deep down inside. So, okay, in conjunction with today's topic, all the great women, right? First of all, of course, is my mother lah. She's a very tough lady. I'm not sure whether you guys have heard of a type of disease whereby when a baby is born, it's so tiny, it's something like the size of a mouse. She's very little, and then her biological mother do not know how to raise her up. So she have to be given to my great grandmother, which is my mother's grandmother, and she's originally from Singapore. And then fast forward throughout the years, she's always in and out of the hospital. She didn't get to attend school much because of her medical condition. But then, when she went into her teenagehood, she got married to my dad. And they were both from quite wealthy families. Okay, my mother's side and my father's side, both also quite rich. But then, unfortunately, as the Chinese says, wealth doesn't reach the third generation. So it's very true. When I was born, nothing is left. So we struggled, throughout my childhood. My mother, despite her health, she had to bite her lips, and with limited education, she managed to be a top saleswoman, with a German cosmetic company. And then, she's really hardworking. I grew up seeing her leave home early in the morning, and it gets a bit emotional. Sorry. She goes out from house early in the morning, come back late at night, and she have to survive on 40 cents break, during her meals, in between meals. So, it's really, it's not easy for me as a man to see a woman with such health condition, supporting the family. That's why I decided to drop out from college. I think just 1 year in college that I was doing my marketing, and I started working to support the family. But like I say, she's a really strong lady. Despite her health condition, she's constantly in pain. Obviously, the marriage wasn't that solid because it's quite unfortunate. Also, my dad, he was born a rich boy, so he do not know how to, take up a responsibility as a father. Okay, but I was thankful also, because growing up, seeing such fatherhood, I strongly tell myself that I'm going to be the opposite. So, okay. Secondly, is of course my wife lah. Whenever I go for disaster relief, she's the one suffering more than me. Because when I go to her and say, "Darling, can I go?" If you say no, I'll be fine. I'll respect your decision. But of course, she's also very compassionate. We are both also. We believe in helping people who are suffering. So the first time when I respond in a disaster, everyone around me actually discouraged me. They say, "Hey, let someone else do it lah." Then I was thinking to myself, if everyone says other people will do it, and then end up no one doing it, right? So I was telling myself, if anyone is going, let it be me lah. Doesn't matter if it's a dangerous place. If like Christy say, we only die once, right? So if we go there, I think anything happen, let it be lah.
Yeah.
At least we die a meaningful death lah, right? So when I go out, the moment my wife say, okay lah, you go lah, I will quickly register myself before the reality sets in, and she will start to worry and she will start to change her mind. Yes. So once I volunteer myself already, there's no turning back, because I always believe in when you promise already, you have to do it, something like that.
Yes.
So, but I feel bad for her. So every time I go out for a few days, that is the few days she's not going to have proper sleep. She's constantly in worry. But I feel bad also lah. But at the same time, I feel good lah. That means this women really care for me lah. If if she don't care, right? This guy. When it's out already, I should be partying, right? So I'm glad also lah. So thirdly, I would like to comment on Christy. Yeah, we met in Nepal. Yeah, and she is really, oh my goodness, really a strong, very very strong-headed lady.
Can see that.
So
she's very strong.
Actually,
I saw the
very strong, very strong. Chinese say, 不打不相识啊，不打不相识。 She gave me a good flying, whacked me nicely. Yeah. So, I mean, that's how we met lah. Okay. She gave me a strong, I mean, I totally respect her because she sacrificed a lot, of her time, and she's one of the strongest girl I've ever met. And as a matter of fact, when we went to Nepal, our team, we were team 4, and then we got 10 of us. There were 10 of us. Most of them, they came from International Medical University. And out of the 10 volunteers, I think easily 7 female doctors. So I was asking them, hey, what happened to all your male doctors? So apparently the girls are more, they have more balls than the guys are. So they were telling me they don't dare to go, Most of the girls sign up for the mission. Yeah. So I was quite, I mean, to me, being a woman is totally not easy lah. I mean, I want to relate to my mother. I want to relate to my wife, I want to relate to you guys, Being women, unfortunately, the society, they have this stereotype that a lot of things women shouldn't do lah. You should be at home lah. You're not as strong lah. These are all, to me, bullshit lah. Okay, I have my own daughter. I tell her every day, be whatever you want to be. Never be taken aback by the society's stereotype. Whatever the society tell what women should be, throw it all into the drain. It's all bullshit. The only difference between the men and the women is probably men stand in the toilet lah. So no difference to me. Anything a man can do, a woman can do even better. And then
thank you.
People like I met over the years, people like my mother, like Christy, like my wife, they have shown me that women you can do wonders. Yeah. So never be taken aback by what the society tells you, by the media especially, they want to paint women as being sexy lah, beautiful like a bird. It's not true. These are all marketing plots. Yeah, that's all I wanted to share today. Thank you again for having me. I'm so grateful. And thank you to all the wonderful ladies
You
like you
can stay
guys.
here. You can stay.
Yeah, I
Maybe I
can still
think
stay.
maybe
Yeah,
Yvonne, you would like to ask something.
yeah,
Oh
sure.
no, no. I think basically he have said everything, and then I just want to say, when you walk out from here later on, all the women will love you so much. They will love you.
Oh my God.
They will love you more.
Then the wife will be very worried.
And another thing I want to add on also, like you say, is true that the society and how they look at women, because I experienced that when, sometimes you're in a certain country, you just restricted a lot of things. So even you wanted to sit in a coffee shop, they will look at you differently. So it's about culture and also how they look at women. But I believe now a lot of things we can change. We can change the world, Christy. We can change the world. Believe that you can. Yeah.
Can change. Can change.
Yes.
I think that there's people like like Christy, like Emmons, is very brave. And of course, me and Yvonne, we also in spirit support that we may not go to the disaster area to help. Like you're so brave, but in behind we also doing certain things. In fact, I think I have that kind of linkage with Christy and Emmons, because during the 2015, the earthquake in Nepal. In fact, because I have a lot of master over there, and we are actually doing a lot of fundraising in Malaysia to send over the money to Nepal to assist the rebuild of the country. And I think we have the same mission. And Yvonne also involved in a lot of charity, and she also always discuss with me this time while she came back from overseas. She also would like to have some meaningful kind of task
Yeah.
for her, So I think we are actually in the same boat, same missions, and you'll be working very smoothly in the near future in whatever projects we can together. You all are not alone.
Yeah. True. We should live
Awesome.
life meaningful. Yeah.
So it's very, very meaningful, right? So today's program, I think, is very meaningful, which to these two angels. Today, of course, Christy is our lady disaster relief angel, and we have this Emmons is our guide, disaster relief angel as well. He's showing his muscle. Both of you have muscle. So
Power woman.
in Mandarin, I was, yeah. So in Mandarin, I will say the actions both you have done to the society. In Mandarin, I will say you are actually 用生命传递爱. You are using your life to deliver the love to the country, to the victim, to the people that need you. And I really salute that your face saying that we are only die once. I think this is the face that I learned from today's sessions. And it will always remind me in my life, whatever thing I do, I face. I think I will remember these words from both of you. So how about you, Yvonne?
Oh, for me, I'll be the other side. I will live once in this life. So I wanted to do something more meaningful. Follow your dream. I always tell the women up there, I just want to share. And no matter what age or what situation, if the opportunity comes, please go for it. Follow your dream. You should have dream. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Fully agree.
I think both is important, and I think the meaning will be the same. Either we live once, we
Yeah,
have to follow our dream, or either we only die once, In fact, the meaning is almost the same. It's only the face we put it differently.
only one
So how
life.
about Christy? Any parting words you want to say before the program ending?
Whatever dreams that anyone has, have the courage to go and pursue it. Definitely. We do, yes, I do say that we only die once. It doesn't mean that we don't be smart about it at the same time. But whatever dreams,
of course.
but whatever dreams that you have, and if it's something that even after weeks, months, or years, you are still thinking about it, then I think that is something that you should pursue. it's the same. It's like you can see the map behind me. I am planning, or I'm hoping to drive from Malaysia to South Africa, and that is something that I've wanted to do since 2010. So I'm trying to pursue that. Pandemic, after the pandemic, but yeah, so like I'm a very big supporter of anyone who wants to go after their dreams. Do what you can with what you have, and then go after your purpose.
True. Totally agree. Okay, Melissa. Are we at the end, or
so
we
Edmonds,
still can chat?
Yeah. Of course we still can chat later. We are out of the live. So Edmonds, you have any parting words finally you want to wish, or you want to greet all the women and your parents or your wife?
Yeah. Thank you again for having me. I wish everyone a wonderful Sunday. Yes, I truly support like what Christy said, go for your dreams. There's only one life. We like four of us, we share somehow similar vision. We want to have a better world for our future generation. What I like about Christy is she mentioned earlier that when she leave, she want to make this a better world before she came. Yeah, I believe that this should be everyone's mission. Yeah, so that when we leave, we couldn't bring anything along with us.
Yeah.
But at least the moment before we close our eyes, we can still smile a bit and think back that we did the world some good, before we leave the world behind. That is something very important, the moment before we close our eyes. So that's about it. Again, wish everyone a happy Sunday. Stay awesome, all you ladies out there. Stay strong, stay awesome. Let's support each other and love each other and make this a better world. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Use our 小小的一个能量传达给大家。
对。其实今天呢，我们是有说英语，是因为 Chrissy 她本身的华语不是很好，所以我们就 mix 华语跟英语。那么今天呢，这两位天使呢，都是我们的。对，他也是华语不行的，所以我们很感恩，无所谓，只要就是我们认识到两位英雄，都是用生命去传递爱的英雄。那我今天是非常的感恩，三位非常了不起的人呢 ，Christy、Yvonne 跟Edmonds 能够来到今天的节目。我相信今天的节目呢，也带给很多人正能量，就是这个世界会更美好。其实呢 ，Christy 有传给我一些他在尼泊尔跟菲律宾的照片，我有把它做成一个很 short 的一个 video。待会我会放上这个我的 Facebook page， 你们可以在那边看。其实当时我要求这个照片的时候呢 ，Christy is telling me， 他是说会不会人家觉得他很 show off 就是潮州话就很好练啊。其实我觉得不会的，我要求这个照片主要的目的，就是要让别人看到他的确是付出他的生命去传递这个爱。然后这些照片呢，因为他本身有学这个 photography 嘛，他有学这个摄影，所以拍出那些孩子的那种真诚的笑容，就是刚才他有提到的，就是虽然在这个 disaster 的情况之下，但是小孩子是最容易 adapt 的，他们就是恐慌，他们害怕，但是很短的时间，他们就很想出来，跟你玩，问你东西，看你穿的服装跟他们不一样，他就很喜欢来 touch 你。这些因为我们都有到过这些国家，我们都会明白。 所以我觉得对所有的女性，也对 Christy 是一个 motivation， 一个鼓励。这个是她的人生的一个 result， 是她的成绩。所以我觉得这个照片是值得分享出来。虽然不是很多，我只是选一些精选的照片，我已经把它做成一个短短的 video。做的不是很好。I'm not a specialist, Christy. I'm not a very good auditor. You know, I just add up some of the photograph, you know, and then I put some music, normal music. So later I'm going to share in the Facebook page, and then a lot of audience, you know, the fans, you can watch the video. How tough is Christy? 就是刚才 Edmund 讲的，他很 strong, very strong. 我看到我就觉得他很 strong， 这叫我是做不到的。Don't be shy. You are really strong. So, Yvonne, anything to wrap up? If not, we will end the program.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm really grateful to be here and meet up with your two heroes here. And then I hope to get to know you more, Christy, and hope we share more, forward our journey and help more people, to touch more people's life. Yeah, thanks, Melissa. And just what I want to say, I'm very happy to be here.
Welcome. I think there is more programs that are coming soon by Edmund. So I'm not going to disclose here because he have a lot of meaningful programs. He have all those he doing some R&D about the vegetarian food kind of things. I think it's very meaningful. So maybe after this live, you know, we can know you can know each other more. Maybe I can create a group for all those angel in future who join this program, and then you can know each other and more interaction and work together to see how we can help the world to be better.
Okay.
So, okay. Thank you.
Yes,
if you want to
you.
say again, I will end the broadcast. But after I end the broadcast, if you want to stay back, you still can chat. Okay. So thank you very much for all the fans who stayed here today. Happy Women's Day. Happy Women's Day. And next week Sunday, we will have another session, which is a very young lady, about 23 years old. She's going to share with us how is her vision and mission. Because normally a lady with 23, maybe they are falling in love, they have boyfriend, they have girlfriends, you know. So, but she's looking for to become an entrepreneur. So it will be a very great motivated story as well. So please help to share her post after I post it, you know, and let more audience to coming in to support her, a young lady in the age of 23. Yeah, so okay.
我们可以的，女人可以的。Bye.
Bye. We can. Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.